Welcome to Android App Addicts, episode number 67. The show where we talk all about Android stuff. When I say stuff, I mainly mean the apps. That's what we specialize in. We are app specialists. We are the utmost experts in our fields regarding apps. Not really. But we like to talk about apps that maybe will help you guys in your life, or that we enjoy, we find we're using a lot, maybe some good games, and the goal is to enrich your lives. Let me introduce the co-hosts of the show, starting with the Door-to-Door Geek, Steve Mclaughlin from DoorToDoorGeek.com. What's up, Door?
Hey, man. Not much. Just excited because it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it has. We missed last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that means I'm excited too.
Cool.
Also joining us, Cody Cooper. Haven't seen the man in a while. What's going on, Cody?
Hey, not much. Just adjusting to fatherhood and playing with tech and having a great time. Glad to be back on the show. Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely, man. And congratulations. 6 months old on the baby, right?
Yes.
Very cool.
He's I'm in the midst of educating him properly on music, television, and movies. So
nice. You can't start too early, right? Okay. Also joining us, Eric Gardini from SiliconWrench.com. What's up, Eric?
I was staying really super busy trying to open up a store and I don't know, having fun, enjoying it.
Now you're opening up a shop, computer repair shop.
Yeah, a different location.
Now that is exciting.
Yeah, it's a big step.
Well, you got to keep us posted on that. And anybody who wants to hear how Eric's doing on that, he's going to be hosting Podnutz Daily for next 2 weeks. So go listen to Podnutz Daily, and I'm sure he'll be definitely talking about his, what's going on over at his shop. And if you want to hear about that, that is where to hear that. Okay, let's start off with some apps, starting with Door-to-Door Geek. Door.
Okay, well, super quick thing first. Amazon Kindle. I've rooted and ROMmed it. I'm running Cyanogen Mod 9. I really am like OCD about the devices I use. I do certain things kind of thing. It took me literally 2 weeks to figure out on the ROM itself, it's not fully baked, let's say. Most video does not work, period, at all. And like some of the audio does not work correctly either. So I would encourage, if you are, let's say, demanding, stick with the default OS. With that said, it's not extremely difficult to root and ROM at all. You do have to type some commands in, but it's not hard. And the tip I have is there's an APK you can get from XDA forums that you can install and run that will allow your Kindle Fire to connect to ad hoc networks. If you want to tether your phone to your Kindle Fire, most of the time it will not work out of the box kind of thing, because most phones only tether in ad hoc mode unless you pay for it. But we know how that goes. And almost every tablet is predefined to set up to only connect to real access points. So you just download the app, you run it, bang, you have yourself wireless tether, fully functioning.
Sweet.
Okay. Now the actual app I wanted to bring up. I'm going to bring up apps today because we didn't do one last week, and the week before my brain wasn't functioning correctly. These are the apps I use, abuse, and rely on the most. Kind of like a yearly thing, even though I guess we're doing the Bavarian New Year or something, because we're not quite there. We already passed it.
What?
I don't know. It's not the New Year because it's almost February.
Like you're doing like a wrap up, like a New Year's wrap up.
Well, kind of.
So we're doing the Bavarian New Year wrap-up edition of Android App Addicts? All right.
I like Bavarian donuts, so it just came to mind.
That's the title of the show this week.
Okay. So these are the apps I have to have. And if I don't have, I literally start having conniptions. Okay. The first one is Scribble. This was one I brought up a couple months ago. I really cannot put enough emphasis on the simplicity, yet the necessity of this application. All it is, it's a little app. You run it. Even the free version works great. You don't need to have the paid version. I get the paid version. It puts a little icon in your notification bar of a phone. The default settings are almost perfect. As long as your phone is not perfectly flat or perfectly straight up, the icon in the taskbar will be green and your phone's screen will never turn off. For instance, if you're in TeamSpeak or if you're in Mumble, you just set your phone at an angle. You never have to worry about your screen going dim. Or, for instance, you're looking at a web page and somebody starts talking to you. You can talk to them for as long as you want. When you look down, your phone will still be lit and ready to go. Or you hand your phone to somebody to look at pictures. You don't have to worry about them saying, oh, the screen went dark. What do I do now?
Yeah. I hear you there.
Yeah. So this app to me, I have to have now. Because I'm used to my screen always being on when I intend it to be on. When I take it and I sit it down on the table at an angle, I know I can leave it there for hours and it's always on. And if I just set it down flat, it's going to go off.
So when does it stay on? Depending on the phone's orientation?
Yes, it
the angle of orientation, I see.
Right, the gyroscope. And it is customizable.
Right.
You can make it so it has to be almost at like a 45-degree angle or a 70-degree angle for it to stay on. The default, it only has a very small window where it will stay on.
I got you.
And every place else, a very small window of where it turns off, and every place else it just stays on.
That's an awesome app. I got to do that one.
Yeah,
it reminds me of Keep Screen, the one I use, but you have to set Keep Screen manually depending on the app. It does nothing to do with phone orientation. Like for Google Maps, I use Keep Screen, and whenever I turn on Google Maps, it stays on. This is cool because it works in any app, and it depends on a totally separate factor.
Right. Yeah, I mean, hooked on it because like you, all I do is put my phone in my car mount, and as long as I have it not on the lock screen, I know it's going to stay lit.
Wow. Neat, man.
And if I want my screen to turn off, I just press my lock screen button and bang.
Damn. I really like that. Good one, Door.
Thank you.
Cody.
Yes, sir.
You are up.
All right. Well, I don't know if you're like me, but every once in a while, I just can't seem to find one of my data cables for my phone. And I bring in media to my phone because I work on two jobs. One of them is during the night, so I consume a lot of podcasts and things online. On the phone. So I transfer media not only from the computer to the device, but I download other stuff through Dogcatcher. Needless to say, I'm bringing in all sorts of other ways. And I found an awesome app to actually access your phone over FTP. And it is called Software Download Cable. And what this does is you launch the app, Software Data Cable. You launch the app, you connect your phone to Wi-Fi, and it launches Wi-Fi, and then it brings up a little IP address and a port, which the phone is now linked to your local network. And then you can either browse to it through a web browser, or I use FileZilla because I ran into some issues with Chrome. But you can look through all the items on the phone through either the web browser or an FTP client and move files back and forth between them wirelessly. So I can be charging my phone in my bedroom and be in my office and take older videos or audios off there and then throw new ones on over Wi-Fi.
So you could run FileZilla on your PC and grab the files off of the phone?
Right. And then vice versa. I can also throw files onto the phone from my PC.
Awesomeness.
Yeah. Yeah, and it works great. I ran into an issue with Chrome. I couldn't when I was viewing it via FTP through Chrome. I could pull files off the phone onto the computer, but I couldn't put I tested it with a couple different pictures. When I threw the picture into Chrome, it just loaded the picture in the browser. It didn't actually load it onto the device. And that's why I tried a couple different FTP clients. FileZilla is my favorite. I use it all the time, and it worked great. I was able to move it back and forth and delete back and forth. It's pretty speedy, obviously, because I have a good connection here. But yeah, it's definitely something I recommend if you find yourself wanting to manipulate a lot of data on your phone, but it happens to be in another room charging, or you just don't happen to have like a USB port free. It works really good.
How much does it cost?
It's free. It doesn't cost anything.
Sweet.
Yeah, even better. Yeah, and it's cool because the main screen, as soon as you get it connected, it shows your total storage and how much you have available. And then there's also a file manager in it, so you're able to go in there and view it that way on the phone itself. You don't just have to rely on the FTP view on the computer. And then, of course, there is a donate button, and I'll be donating something to them soon. Because I really, really dig it. And it's not the case of like, this is the low end, like ad supported one. And then there's a pro one. This is the only one, and it's free.
Awesome, man. I really like that. You guys got anything on this one? Dora and Eric? Anything additional?
Yeah.
I mostly use, I always use Dropbox to move stuff around myself. I'll check this out.
Cool.
Yeah. I definitely like the fact that two things you can do. You can change the default port number. It's just a touch more security letting you do that. And you can, it looks like, browse to your root folder on your phone, which is even cooler.
Yeah.
You can browse the phone.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can browse everything on the phone from the FTP client if that's the way you're using it on the machine. And Dropbox is more of a middleman. Like, you can throw media in there if you want to, like, if you have a, like, let's say the 50 gig account, you could throw a bunch of media in there and then, swip and swap as you choose to save space on your card, or you can, back up photos immediately through that, or like through Ubuntu One. But this is really handy just for getting in there. Like, I can have the FTP client up and getting in there and clearing out all the stuff that I listen to for the day. And I don't even have to touch the phone. I can do it all from the computer.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Saves a lot of steps.
Yes.
Right.
Very cool, man. Good one, Cody.
Thank you.
Eric, you're up.
My first app tonight is one called LED. Let me find it here. It's called LED Scroller 3.
No need to find it. We have a visual representation of what's going on.
And basically, this is like an LED sign, and I've got it playing on my Transformer app, or my Transformer tablet. And
nice.
You could just set it up like in a picture frame and just have something scrolling whatever you want. There's a couple little settings here. You can change speed, and that not only it's got base speed and then fine-tune tick speed. So if it doesn't look quite right, you can change those things. So let me just focus this in a little better.
You can use this to sell tablets. If you set this up in your shop, I bet people will want to buy that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So and you can change the color. That was azure, because I always hear the word azure, and I always wondered, what color that actually was. But
what color was it? Like a gray?
It's like white. I don't know what the difference is between. I always thought azure would be like a blue, but it was like a really white.
I don't know.
And you can change colors. There's not no fonts though, unfortunately. So you can change it, different color, and then just hit play. This is the free version, so there's an ad on there, that really doesn't get in the way at all. But
the ad is only there when
when you got
when you're
not when you're playing though. Yeah.
Huh.
I think Steve C's right. You put this on your showroom floor, people want to buy a tablet.
Well, they're doing that at all Apple stores now. Instead of price tags, they're using iPads for all the prices.
I know. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
iPads next to every product.
And then there's do you guys have Kohl's out there on the East Coast?
Yeah.
I walked into Kohl's recently, and they have like everywhere. They no longer have paper signs. They have all these little. They look like maybe 4-inch little like monochrome LCD displays. That they have all the price and all the product information on those. They have probably thousands of them all over the store, but they just update them wirelessly with like a little price gun, or they can do it from a master computer.
I'm gonna go in there and start hacking.
I know.
Well, look at it. It says right here, $2.99 for this espresso maker. What are you talking about?
Right. I'm gonna put some coffee grounds into this somehow.
These the developer of this app also has a live wallpaper LED Scroller 3 too available. I have not checked that out yet though.
Damn.
Which should basically do the same thing, but on your wallpaper if you want it in the background doing this all the time.
These are just fun. There's something about a scrolling sign that's just undeniably, I don't know, cool.
I agree.
With my ADD, I wouldn't get anything done.